Hey everyone, this is Michael, the Roundup One YouTube channel. Let's get right into it. Now, earlier this week, legendary wrestling journalist Bill Apter sat down with Barry Windham on his One Wrestling video channel on YouTube. And somewhere in the conversation between the memories and milestones, Barry dropped a bombshell. Mike Rotunda is in Hospice, except he's not. That's not a storyline. That's not a heel turn. That's misfire. And Mika Rotunda, Mike's daughter, stepped in and cleared it up. So here's a correction. Barry Windham actually misspoke. There's no malice. It was just a slip. Mike Rotunda suffered a massive heart attack on September 20th of this year. Coma, ICU, a month of hell. Mika thanked the fans, asked for prayers, and made it clear this is a fight and her dad's still involved with it. Very quickly, let me just go over the legends involved. You have Bill Apter. If you, he's the godfather of wrestling journalism. If you read the magazines before the internet, you read Apter. He didn't just cover wrestling, he shaped how fans felt about it. Barry Windham debuted in 1979, retired in 2010, smooth as silk in the ring, part of the Four Horsemen, U.S. Express, former NWA World Champion, two-time WWE Hall of Famer, son of Blackjack Mulligan, uncle to Mika, Bray Wyatt, and Bo Dallas. Then we have Mike Rotunda, not Rotundo, as many people say. Get it right, guys. He debuted in 81, retired in 07, went by the ring names of Mike Rotunda, IRS, and Michael Wall Street. Tag Team Wizard with the U.S. Express, with Windham, Money Incorporated with DiBiase. He married Barry's sister, father to Mika, Bray, and Bo. So he's in rehab. He's recovering. And if you ever watched him work, you know this man doesn't waste motion. He doesn't tap easily. I was born in 1985, so when I started watching wrestling, Rotunda was already there, already in the ring, already part of the rhythm. He made the canvas feel like a chessboard. Every move had meaning. Every hold had a purpose. He made you believe in the fundamentals. So yeah, he's not in Hospice, but send prayers anyway. Send respect, send gratitude, because legends don't just fade, they fight. And Mike Rotunda, he's still fighting. Now, in the United States, betting on WWE is like trying to pin The Undertaker in his prime. It's not going to happen. The laws are tight. The outcomes are scripted and regulators don't play. But across the pond in the UK, it's a different story. So in the UK, WWE fans can bet on WWE, and they do, in a growing market. They can bet on Bet UK, Bet MGM, and Betfair, all licensed, all live. The UK regulators treat WWE like reality TV or the Oscars. It's entertainment betting. You're not wagering on athletic performance. You're betting on booking decisions, on creative swerves, on who's getting pushed and who's getting buried. So the popular betting markets include match winners, title changes, surprise returns, who gets pinned or submits, match duration, and segment timing. So with that being said, bettors are looking towards this Saturday night main event on November 1st, 2025. Here's the odds breakdown. And again, these are scripted outcomes, but the odds are real. And right now, the smart money is on CM Punk minus 500, Cody Rhodes minus 600, Jade Cargill minus 800, and Dominic Mysterio minus 1500. Now, moving on, Warner Bros. Discovery is officially on the auction block, and if you're AEW, you better be watching every move because it's like the go-home show before the pay-per-view. And here's a simple answer to what everybody's thinking. If WBD sells, AEW's future on TNT and TBS is uncertain. So right now, AEW has a $555 million deal locked in through 2027, but contracts don't mean much when the company holding the pen might change hands. So let's break it down. We have these companies that expressed interest in acquiring WBD. We have Comcast. And Comcast, as you know, is still in bed with WWE. If you think they're going to prioritize AEW, It's not likely. We have Netflix. Netflix is doing global business with the WWE. They've got room to drop the WWE in the next coming years. But then again, you gotta say, if they drop WWE, would it make number sense to acquire AEW? In my opinion, no. Then you have Paramount Skydance. They already own 12.5% of the CW, which is NXT. And why am I saying that? I'm saying that because if they take over WBD, then that jumps to 25%. So now imagine TNA locking in a CW deal and a PLE deal with Paramount Plus. And then you have them going after WBD. That creates like a tag team that AEW doesn't want to be involved with. So before we end this topic and move on to something else, I just want to say a few more things that people should not forget. Number one, when it comes to wrestling, they whether it's AEW or WWE, they all want their corner of the living room. So the chances are, unlike other sports, they're not gonna want to be on a series of networks, family networks that overlap. So let's talk about the bid breakdown. So David Ellison and his Paramount Skydance came in swinging with offers starting at $20 per share, climbing to $24 per share. WB shareholders said it's not enough, and it's not enough because when you break it down, their current market cap is 42.3 billion. They have 35.6 billion debt. So Zasloff and the board are seeking around 80 billion or above. We'll see if Paramount Skydance and Dave Ellison will climb this deal to be $80 billion and over. Titus O'Neil's recent comments on Saudi Arabia. So he was talking to TMZ Sports last week, and he said, and I quote, "I feel safer in Saudi Arabia than I do in a lot of places in the United States." End quote. So he praised the hospitality as the security and how WWE talent gets treated like royalty. He's not wrong. If you're there on business, especially under the Crown's watch, you're going to get the red carpet treatment. But let's be real. Every country has got a dark side, and Saudi Arabia laws are strict and the consequences are harsher. So, I get when you're representing WWE, you're expected to deliver the, everything's great speech. And, while the WWE has sold the upcoming Royal Rumble to Saudi Arabia and the 2027 WrestleMania event with ease, you're going to see it's going to, pushing for selling of international tickets. That's like a whole different beast. And the problem with WWE is in promoting these events to a global market is that they would also have to remind fans that, coming to a place like Saudi Arabia is going to come with challenges. Saudi Arabia, you can't bring, your lifestyle is not allowed to, how do I say this? Wrestling fans won't be able to bring their lifestyles with them, if that makes sense. So, moving on. Ric Flair, unions, and the business of self-preservation. So, let's get one thing straight. Ric Flair didn't duck the union talk because he didn't care. He ducked it because he didn't want to lose his spot. And in pro wrestling, that's the golden rule. protect your push or get pushed out. So if you didn't know the story, we already know the story involving Jesse Ventura and Hulk Hogan, but he also went to Ric Flair to rally the troops to start a union, and Ric Flair pumped the brakes. He told Ventura that he didn't want to lose his spot, and basically that translates to loyalty to the locker room doesn't pay the bills, loyalty to your booking does. So Ric Flair, was smart enough to know that the business is too cutthroat, too individualized. Everybody's fighting for airtime, contracts, and creative crumbs. So a union that's like a kumbaya dream built on a business, built on competition. So what did wrestlers do instead? Well, a person like Jesse Ventura pivoted. He chased Hollywood. He chased that SAG-AFTRA card, not just for the fame, but for the benefits, because unlike wrestling, acting has a union with structure. And if you got WWE money, you can pay the initiation fee, you can cover your annual dues, and you'll maybe just qualify for healthcare. And, if you're a main roster talent in the WWE today, like, you're making good enough money to afford the fees and qualify for healthcare. It probably, if you're an NXT superstar, you probably could afford the fees and qualify for healthcare as well. But as for everybody else, I hope you have a good side hustle or a strong immune system. So Ric Flair didn't start a union, just as Hulk Hogan, Triple H, or even John Cena did not. They focus on creating a legacy. And the truth is that in wrestling, self-preservation is the main focus, and that's the bottom line. So I want to talk again about Breakker and Bronson. And so last week was the Raw Battle Royal. And the talk around the Battle Royal was specifically who wasn't in it. So according to Dave Meltzer, Braun Breakker and Bronson Reed were benched by WWE Creative. Not injured, not suspended, just parked. Why? Because to keep them as strong top-tier heels. But let's be real, the booking tells a different story. WWE wants Breakker to be the next World Heavyweight Champion. That's the plan. But from what I saw on Raw last week, the audience isn't biting. I'm not biting. Nobody's biting. The crowd wants CM Punk to win the World Heavyweight Championship this Saturday and to hold it into 2026. That's the story. That's the heat. That's the money. As for Breakker, he's still cooking. He's not like a Brock Lesnar who, debuts on the main roster and in 9 months becomes the WWE Championship. Breakker is not the person yet to headline WrestleMania. He's a former IC champ who's only been in Seth's crew for about 6 months, and yet WWE had him walk on Raw with the World Heavyweight Championship around over his shoulder like he's already won it. And then they ran a segment where he refused to hand over the belt back to the GM. And they wanted, I guess the assumption is they wanted fans to like this. And, this is not storytelling. This is cosplay being presented to us. And obviously the fans rejected it. So, as I said last week, you run the dish and it comes out raw, and Breakker's still pink in the middle. Then you have Bronson Reed. He's got the size, he's got the presence, he's got the resume, including a storyline pin over Roman Reigns, which Breakker doesn't have, but WWE's booking him like Breakker's sidekick. To me, that's not elevation, that's burial. Breakker's getting the push, Bronson's getting the promo, but only one of them has pinned Roman. Only one of them has paid the price in blood and bone, and yet WWE's treating them, and yet, Meltzer's saying that WWE's treating them like equals when the booking clearly favors one. So, this is round number 1 where we don't just call the matches, we call the truth. And the truth right now is Breakker is being served raw and Bronson's being served short. Now, let's talk about two men chasing legacy, one looking forward and one still waiting for justice. In an interview with the Stunt.com, Mike Santana made it clear he wants AJ Styles not just in a match, a moment, a shot at the TNA World Championship against one of the greatest to ever lace up boots. And with WWE and TNA now playing nice and AJ Styles reportedly retiring next year, this isn't just fancy booking, it's a ticking clock. But it's up to WWE, TNA, and AJ to make this happen, because if they do, it's not just a match, it's a torch passing moment. Now, Shinsuke Nakamura still wants the one prize that has eluded him, the WWE Championship. He's done it all. IWGP World Champion, NXT Champion, Royal Rumble winner, IC Intercontinental Championships, US Championships. But the big one's still missing. He said, and I quote in an interview 2 weeks ago, that he wants to win a world title before he retires. That's not a wish, that's a mission. And WWE's finally giving him screen time again. Maybe they're listening, maybe they're too late. And I just want to say this out loud that, 2018 was the year Nakamura should have been WWE champion. Not just at WrestleMania 34. He had the feud, he had the heat, he had the fans. And what did WWE do? They kept the title on AJ Styles, who then dropped it to Jinder Mahal. And, respect to Jinder. Great guy to listen to. He has a future in podcasting, but I'm not sure if he'll get into podcasting. But he tells incredible stories, and his transformation was incredible. However, not taking anything away from him, he definitely deserved to be the WWE Championship in 2018. But it was also it was also the year of Nakamura to also hold that championship as well. And WWE totally missed the opportunity. And I'm just wondering if anybody in WWE still defends that booking, because they were blind to one of the hottest main event runs of 2017 and 2018. So the WWE Championship is the crown jewel, the lineage, the legacy, and it's long overdue for a male Japanese wrestler to be officially etched in that history. We know that Inoki won the championship back in November 30th, 1979, and it was not officially recognized, even though that news made it quickly out of Japan to overseas that Inoki won the championship. There was supposed to be a rematch a month later at Madison Square Garden, but when Inoki showed up, he actually instead of the WWE Championship, he was holding the WWF Martial Arts Championship and fought somebody else. The person who was holding the WWE Championship walking to Madison Square Garden was Bob Backlund. And the crazy thing that happened is that this rematch that was supposed to happen at Madison Square Garden actually happened in Japan on December 6th, 1979, which had Inoki walk in with the WWE Championship to defend against Bob Backlund, having Backlund win the championship. And very, very confusing time of events that wasn't officially recognized as WWE official title lineage for Inoki, which was very even to this day very sad to know that something like this had happened. So Nakamura is not just trying to win a belt, he's trying to rewrite the history books. And if WWE wants to make it right, they need to put the WWE Championship on Shinsuke Nakamura, not the World Heavyweight Championship, not the placeholder title, the real WWE Championship. So Nakamura didn't just wrestle in Japan last week. He also dropped a seismic hint So at the WWE Japan Super Show inside of Raigoku Gogoken, Nakamura grabbed the mic and borrowed Hiroshi Tanahashi's signature line, Ashimatsu, which means I love you in Japan. Then he doubled down. He said this, which is translated into English: Tokyo, WWE has returned to Raigoku Gagoken this year. Are you having fun? Let's get more hype than any other city in the world. Japan, Aishimatsu, Yao. Obviously, Yao is a long-term Nakamura catchphrase. So many people saw this as nostalgia, and many other people saw this as a teaser of a match that might be. So Wrestle Kingdom 2026 is coming up in the Tokyo Dome, and which will feature Hiroshi Tanahashi's last match. An opponent hasn't been named, but rumor is that Shinsuke Nakamura versus Hiroshi Tanahashi might happen. It's not confirmed. It could be nuked by politics, but if Tanahashi personally requests it as the New Japan president, maybe New Japan Pro Wrestling as a whole might push for the match. And as we can see with Triple H and Nick Khan, the WWE is open to cross-promotional deals. So the door isn't locked, it's cracked. So, if this match happens, it's not just a dream match, it's a legacy match. Nakamura and Tanahashi built New Japan's modern era. And, if this happens, it's not just a send-off, it's a coronation. And if it happens in the Tokyo Dome, it's history, period. Now, very quickly, I just want to get through these two stories. WWE Hall of Famer Abdullah Bush has been hospitalized with serious health issues. He's currently receiving care, and fans are being asked to send prayers and positive thoughts his way. And Marko Stunt actually gave an interview saying that he is selling cars in Mississippi at a Ford dealership. He had to retire in 2024 due to a serious back injury. And, this recent interview with Marko Stunt has had fans asking, was Marko ever truly valued in AEW? Like, I used to be a consistent weekly viewer of AEW for a number of years. And, if you let me reminisce just a bit, he was recklessly used in matches. He was like tossed around like a rag doll, often with little regard to safety. And the booking did him dirty. The locker room culture did him dirty. A lot of his peers did him dirty. And, I read this interview, and then, he admitted that a lot of his blame, he admitted that he blames himself for how his AEW career turned out. So I was very surprised to read this interview because I think differently. He didn't seem like a person who was truly valued by Tony Khan and AEW. So that's the final word from me for today for this round number 1 upload. See you again soon on the next upload. Thank you.